Hello, and welcome back to the ministry. And God done gave me word. Lord, show me how you want me to say this, because you may have some extra that you want me to say other than what I wrote. So you can have this. This is your word, not mine. So, yesterday I saw an image, and it's gonna be the image that's gonna be on for the video caption. And for my super religious people, get over it, because this is what God showed me, and I need you to come to the understanding of what I see. This is a man and a woman in a tightly locked embrace. I saw that image, and at first I was like, "Oh, okay, I see that. All right, what's up, God? What's up with that?" And God kind of gave me, He showed it to me not once, not twice. He showed me that image because I'm on YouTube. Came up in my feed like 4-5 times. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I was scrolling at another point in time, and I saw a video with an image of a statue that looked almost exactly the same. I was like, okay, now you're drawing my attention to this. What is this? So then the Lord brought to my remembrance, I had a dream of me and my spouse in an intimate embrace. And I'm like, okay, that's 3 times, which means that's a confirmation. What are you trying to say, God? So I used to listen to Lisa Nichols before I fully went to listening to everything Christian. And she has this saying she always says, and I heard that saying: body to body, soul to soul, spirit to spirit. And I'm like, okay, God, what you saying here? And I thought, okay, I guess that's as deep as we go. God's like, nope, that's not as deep as you're going. Keep going. So, body to body, that's physical alignment. You and your spouse are physically aligned. Soul to soul. Your soul is your mind. You and your God ordained spouse's mind are synchronized. Your will is also part of your soul. So, sorry for the interruption, but let me repeat what I just said. So, body to body is physical alignment. You and your God ordained spouse are physically aligned. Soul to soul. Your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. Your mind and your God ordained spouse's mind are synchronized. That's what the Lord gave me when I was writing this. I have synchronized and aligned. Your will and His will are in full alignment with God. Your emotions are fully in sync and aligned. And I got a full explanation for that. Your spirit now is in the same place, and you are spiritually aligned. Okay? Okay. God's allowing me to do this because He told me I can. The Lord gave me a dream. You really wanted to say that, God? How much do you want me to say? Okay. I had a dream of my God ordained spouse. In the dream, it was a very simple. You know how bad we do on these phones. It was a very simple situation where I saw me and my God ordained spouse, and we were laying comfortably in bed, but it was not our bed. It was my father's bed. I have full view of where my father's bed is right now. It was his bed because I recognized the headboard. He was on one side of the bed. I was on the other side of the bed. We were not touching. There was no intimacy. He had on white pajamas too. And I had on pajamas as well. And there was space between us. There was no attempt at any sexual inappropriate action. And we got close to each other, and we were just like happy to be in each other's presence, not so much touching. And the whole dream played out. There was other little scenarios that occurred in the dream, but mostly like I left and I came back, and when I came back, the Lord really was showing that the marriage bed is undefiled as it relates to marriage. But he was showing that we were in a spiritual place physically together. And it was a peaceful place. And there was no sex in the picture. It was just intimacy. I keep telling y'all I'm going to do Slow Kisses by Joe. I'm going to do Slow Kisses by Joe. Y'all that ain't afraid to write a comment in the comments, remind me to do Slow Kisses by Joe, please. But no intimacy was had. The only thing that we did by the end of that dream was we just lay there and went to sleep. I leaned over at such an angle that my body was still not touching his. And I rested my head on his shoulder. And we went to sleep. Because you are spiritually in alignment with one another. They are coming home. They are spiritually here and present. The Lord showed me in a different dream that my God ordained spouse was present, and we were in God's house. Not the church. It was a actual house. He uses a specific family member's house to represent God's house in my dream. And I've come to that realization now. So we know in the spirit, it has already happened. Meaning he was there, he was present. It was like just as easily as you see me, he was standing in front of me in my dream. If I could have touched him, I could have touched him. Which lets me know that if he's spiritually with me, he physically about to be there too. When that's going to happen, don't know, but it's coming soon. So, the song that image I just showed you came from is called Say That You Love Me. And the verse says, say that you love me, say that you want me, say that you need me. Just say it. A lot of us have been in that space where we have been wanting our spouses to say something. God's given me Sierra's pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, pick up the phone. Come on now. Yeah, y'all know pick up the phone from way back when Sierra first came out with her first album. Pick up the phone, please pick up the phone. Can you pick up the phone, call me, say something? He's given me JP Morgan's Say So. And you hear JoJo and she's like, if you really love me, could you just say so? Can you say so? Please. Please. um and what's the other song? Oh, at the end of her song with what is it, Daniel Caesar? The best what's the best part? Hold on. She says, she recites a part that talks about, if you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say something? I know y'all probably still wondering, when am I going to sing? I'm not ready to do it yet. I got cold feet. Just know that I know how to do it. I have not gotten to that place yet where I'm ready to sing in front of people. Even if it's just me into my phone. I had a bad experience, y'all. We want them to say something as bad as they want us to. Technically, they want us to take them off the hook and say something first. I remember Elisa Marie said that, and she said, Lord has not given y'all the unction to say something, which reminds me of Cassie's song, Don't Play It Safe. Because the whole song, she's like, I've been getting confirmations and all kind. Oh, I got to do that song for y'all. But it's coming together. We want them to say something. If we are spiritually in the same place, they are only in a matter of time physically going to show up in the same place. Because it states in the word, what? On earth as it is in heaven. So if you're seeing them clear as day, physically with you in the spirit, they come in the physical. Get ready. You may not know how. Which brings me to the video by Dyani Neves. And I'm going to have to go see if I can find it. Hold on. It's something about alignment from about 3 months back. And let's see if I can find it in the library, in my history. Videos, and the video's name is Rhema word, kairos timing. You are finally in alignment. So what are you in a line for? Well, what the Lord showed me, which is kind of different than what she says in that video, is this is a confirmation to the fact that you are physically in alignment. When you and your God-ordained kingdom spouse come together, there will be a synchronization of the things that you were not quite able to get to come together when you were apart. Meaning the things you've been putting your hands to that seem like every time you put it together, it keeps falling down in sand. Like it keeps dissolving and dissolving and dissolving and dissolving. And you're wondering, why does this keep dissolving? Because you can't put your hands on it till they're there, vice versa. Ignore my phone. It's just a notification. But you're going to be able to do that when you're physically in the same place. When you are apart, they were distant and you were standing. When they were standing, you were spiritually pulling back. Now, you are mentally on the same page. Maya has a song called Same Page. But they are thinking and considering positioning things for you in their lives as they prepare for you to enter in. As they're preparing for you to enter in, which gives me Wale's matrimony, you hear Usher say, I've been making plans. They have been planning for you. There are things that you have in your possession that when you physically meet, that will give them knowledge and wisdom as to what you're supposed to be putting your hands to together and walk them into, and them you. So you are going to be able to push each other into the areas that you need to walk in that you have not been able to get into separately. Your will. God has had you and them in the same set of tests. God showed me in a dream, it was Christmas time. No, Thanksgiving. Was it Thanksgiving or Christmas? 2017, he showed me a split screen. My husband was going through a bunch of sets of things, and then it was me going through a bunch of sets of things. But he showed a partition between the two of us, and it was like, you ever seen those music videos where you have one set of things happening on the man side? Perfect example. Music Soul Child and Mary J. Blige did a video like this, where you saw the two of them on two separate sides. And they were going through similar experiences. You thought they were coming to each other, but they were coming to whoever they were and partnered with. So, yeah, that's what you've been going through. But you've been going through the series of tests for the amount of years in which God needed you to go through these tests, cycles, and experiences. Elise did a video called They Are Suffering the Same Torture That You Are, But Worse. Issue. Now here comes the witchcraft. You have more than likely been dealing with a spirit of a splitting spell. God keeps showing me an old clip from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sorry for y'all religious folks that don't think that God can use something, but guess what? The two characters' names. Buffy's name means promise of God. Faith's name is Faith. Faith was trying to steal Buffy's promise by doing a splitting spell on her where she took her body and switched it. That's what the counterfeit was trying to do with you, but they can't carry your weight. So what they've been doing is trying to drain your energy and try to portray themselves by putting a masquerading spirit on to coax your god-ordained spouse. Oops, sorry. That was what happened. And that's why you were feeling drained, nauseated, and all kinds of stuff. Yep. Because they were trying to portray you, but they couldn't because they ain't got your anointing. Emotions. They have been emotionally in anxiousness. Your God-ordained spouse has been anxious ever since he's cleared himself away from the counterfeit and he's now in alignment with the Lord. His problem is he's anxious. He's anxiously wanting to reach out to you, but he's also anxious that you're going to reject him. I'm going to reject him. It's not happening. I'm seeing the song. I'm hearing Genuine say, so anxious. You remember the song Genuine, so anxious? I'm so anxious. Yeah, that's what they're feeling. But they are ready. They just waiting. Some of them are waiting for God's go ahead, and some of it is God waiting on them. Could Because God knows that we waiting on them anyway. So it's that element that they just like, God sitting there with his arms crossed, like, I know you're waiting for him, but he knows you're waiting for him too. So I just gotta let him know. Yeah. So yeah, they're coming. But now that you're spiritually aligned, he's coming. He coming. They coming. Now you both are in the spirit and you have arrived in your dream realm fully. God has been showing me a series of dreams where he's shown me my God ordained spouse coming up the stairs, coming into the house, and he was home. He's shown me that we were in the house together. So this is God's house. And in previous dreams, the two people were separated from each other in limbo. He alternates me and my God ordained spouse with the characters from the show Buffy. But it was weird. He did one of the dreams in one way where the things that were happening to the character Buffy was happening simultaneously as I was going through something as preparing to wait for my God ordained spouse. And when I crossed paths with who I call her God ordained spouse, I was spiritually told, stay away from him. I was like, why? What? I thought this was my... It's like, yeah, stay away from him. I was like, okay. Because I was not in full attire. It was something completely different. But, yeah. But, the thing that you have to be wary of, and because I just said that I can go into this right now, you have to be wary of that because you're so in alignment in the spirit that the enemy may try to intercept. I've had inklings or intuitions of my ex popping up in my dreams. I'm like, boy, bye. I wake up and I have to rebuke that. Or my ex's name keep popping up. Or something keeps popping up with my ex. A relationship and see, the devil was acting like a purity fool yesterday. My dad was watching a Jerry Springer situation, and the scenario that was occurring on Jerry Springer, it was meant to trigger me and remind me of something that happened with me and my ex. That's what that was about. And it was trying to pull me backwards into that, but no, I ain't even worried about that fool. But I needed to say that because what's happening is you both are spirit to spirit, and because he has arrived, you have to be aware of the enemy. The enemy is trying to do a secret seduction. It's like an element of secret seduction where, for instance, you and your God ordained spouse are spiritually now in the same place, but remember, we were laying in the bed and we never touched each other. What the enemy will do is then bring in a masquerading spirit that looks just like your God ordained spouse and try to get you to have sex with him, because y'all are that close in the spirit that you will be able to split the covenant by getting you to have a covenant with a spirit being, and ergo try to split your covenant with your spouse that you have finally got in alignment. Don't let it happen. Start rebuking it. Start cursing it now. And then the second one is to contaminate your purity by trying to get you to actually in the spirit, because you're so comfortable with each other in the spirit that you're like, oh, what if I have sex with him in the spirit? I can even say, even this morning I was thinking about what's going to happen when me and my God spouse get together. And I'm like, wait, these thoughts aren't pure. I got to stop this, because it's about messing up your purity, which will set you back. And what happens is you think that you're right to do it because it's your God ordained spouse, but it's like, nah. Which reminds me of the video by Servant of God that said, the video says, don't confuse your kingdom spouse by letting your flesh act up. Yes, some of y'all are going to get married like that. But some of y'all got courtship. And because some of y'all got courtship, back up. Back up. I know he fine. And to you, or to him, you're fine. So, yeah, back it up, back it up, back it up, back up. But they are ready to be with you. And there was something I just thought of, and it escaped my brain. Jesus, bring it back to me. In relation to the fact that they ready. They ready. And oh God, what was it? Knowledge. Y'all both on the same page. Oh, something else in relation to that thing. That whoa, there it is. There was a video that came up right after I came off of a consecration, God, 8-9 months ago. And it was literally right after I ate when I came off of consecration. And the woman said, well, you and your God ordained spouse. The name of the video, he's gonna cry. They're gonna cry. And I know I gotta cry. You gonna cry. The conversation that you and your God ordained spouse are going to have when you finally sit down and discuss and let all of it come out, all the things, all of the expression, all of the trepidation, all of the experiences that you had where they sat there and thought that they were losing their minds. But half of it is just simply because you called me and I'll tell you that I already know. I get it. God's been doing the same thing to me. And it's funny, I was just listening to a video and the person was talking about, he already got your phone number, he know where you live, he know all of this when he ready. And God says, go. Don't be shocked if they show up at your door. Ooh, Lord, you gonna be sad. Just don't, be ready. Be presentable. Because they very well might show up to your front door. And you be like, wait, oh my God, you here. For what it is in the spirit, it will be in the natural. So if he's at your house in the spirit, he very well may be coming and knock on your door in the natural anytime soon. And it's funny because my dad's phone's been ringing, but he can't answer it. So it's just been ringing. And thank you for the blessing that it didn't ring while I was on here. But yeah, you could pretty much expect a phone call. It's coming. And that phone call, I don't know. The phone call might be the phone call that initiates the meeting that y'all are going to be able to physically open up, because y'all might just be sitting on the phone crying together that first conversation if it's any other way. But God's going to order your steps, and God's going to order their steps, that all things are going to come together in an ordinance and alignment for what it is and the way that the Lord is seeking for this thing to come together. And it's going to be a blessing for the both of you. You can't be scared of it, because this is the thing that you've been praying for, pressing for, waiting for. And God's going to open the door for it. But you can't sit up there and act shocked, because God already told you, this is what I'm about to do. Are you ready? Some of us are not ready. I've been hearing, as of the past month and a half, I've been hearing Tevin Campbell's, I'm ready. Are you ready? Because they ready. So when they show up, it ain't going to be no, okay, let's take our time. Nah. I've been seeing, can I say that, Lord? I've been seeing, let me see if I can do it since I got it here. Let's see, do I have enough space to do it? Search. Where is it, Lord? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You know what I'm saying? Every ad but that one, right? And I say every ad but that one. Anyway, point is that you have an ad that keeps coming up every time I'm on my phone. I don't care what I'm looking at. Is a man on his knee proposing to his woman. And he's like, the wine bottle, the flowers, the ring, and the other thing is passing through an iPhone or a phone like this. And God's pretty much saying, yeah, get ready. I don't have to share that part, do I? You said I don't have to, so I'm not sharing that part. But yeah, some of my Rebecca's on here. You ain't gonna have no time. There's not gonna be no time. Just because as soon as husband gets wisdom and knowledge that you know and you are both on the same page for real and in reality on the same page, oh, he's coming to sweep you up because it ain't gonna be. It's like he's been under way too much torment for this thing. Some of y'all, it's just gonna be y'all gonna low. That's it. He been under way too much stress behind this. It's like, yeah, I don't even want to wait for the wedding. We'll work that out afterwards. Can we just get this done and over with? I don't want to be apart from you and away from you any longer. I'm done. So, the embrace that is coming, there is going to be an embrace, and it's going to be a beautiful one between you and your God-ordained spouse. So, yeah, that's what you can look forward to. Be prepared, y'all, because some of y'all is going to be like that. Everywhere, all at once, all at the same time. Okay, I'm at the end of the video, so I do have something else I want to talk about. It's going to be short. I'm coming right back. All right, bye-bye.